Hey, how's it going, guys? My name is Jackie Fish and welcome to my first look at a brand new Witcher mod that is currently in development. So obviously with the success of the Netflix series, a lot of people are loving and looking for more Witcher content, and this mod is going to be coming out on the 17th. Now this isn't like a full release or anywhere near that, it's more of just like a teaser build to show people that the mod is in development with a couple factions. And what I thought would be cool today is if we just jump into a battle, take a look at some of the cool units and just see how they perform on the battlefield. I was also told as well that this mod isn't really balanced right now. The modder is just simply trying his best to get as many units into the mod before looking at stuff like that. So yes, make sure to keep an eye out on the ModDB page at on the 17th of January. I'll leave a link down below in the description. So yes, these are the factions that are currently in and the units. So we have Nilfgaard with their roster. Honestly, the Nilfgaard roster is not bad whatsoever. You have a handful of units, and we're going to be playing as Nilfgaard today, defending this settlement. And as I said, yeah, they have a very nice roster. Some decent heavy infantry, some good pikemen and halberds, bowmen, crossbows, skirmishers, cavalry, and also some warhounds. And let's just stick another warhound unit on our side. There is also Tameria as well, and they don't really have a vast roster at the moment, but they have some cool stuff. They have some cool generals, so they have King Foltest right there, and also Roach, and they also have some poor fucking infantry, which is a great name. These very light spearmen will be thrown into the breach once more, me lord. They have some more pikemen, and also some city guard halberds, along with some foot soldiers. So I imagine Tameria will be getting some upgrades with like more heavy knights and stuff as the mod gets on. And then we also have Radanair. I don't know how to pronounce this one quite much, but they have a much larger roster right here. You can see they have a handful of infantry and generals. They also have some very decent spear guard as well as some heavy pikemen, along with some guardsmen of the sword variant and also some swordsmen who look like kind of the two-handed infantry. So these are definitely the two more, I think, developed infantry. Obviously, as well as that, they also have the light horsemen, cavalry. I think these pictures are taken from Gwent, maybe? They kind of remind me of the Gwents. Maybe they're not, but yeah, I think they're taken from the card game, which is actually absolutely perfect, right, for thumbnails for units. They're really, really cool. But yeah, what I thought we'd do is I'll play as Tameria or go against Tameria just in a battle because, you know, these are kind of the factions I know a little bit more about, and I thought that would be cool. So we've got their army right now. They're going to be assaulting my settlement, and we're going to dive in. So make sure to go over to the ModDB page and go and show some love in the comments. As I said, 17th is when the teaser build is going to be coming out, and it is probably going to be kind of similar to what I'm playing today, maybe with a handful of more units. But yeah, I said the main focus of this mod at the moment is simply just to get as many units and you know, assets into the game as possible right now. And in the future, I'm sure he'll be looking to do a lot more balancing and other stuff. So I'm going to set up my defense, and then we'll take a look at the units, and then we'll kick off this battle in all its glory. Okay, so my defense is set up. What we can do is we actually just click play battle and stick it on pause so we can take a look at all the new units in this mod. So we'll start off with my Nilfgaard heavy infantry right here, and again they look really, really nice. You know, the armor looks very good, and I love the way the shields come across as well. They definitely remind me very much of like Ironborn-esque infantry, but they're in like heavy plate rather than like kind of the lighter leather and chainmail that the Ironborn do wear. But they look really, really awesome. I love the face mask as well to protect the neck and also the mouth. That looks really, really good. So yeah, definitely a very nice infantry unit. Also, look at this guy right here as well. He's currently naked and invisible. But again, stuff like this, you'll see tearing and, you know, the armor not on exactly right at the moment. As I said, you know, this mod is still very early in development, so stuff like this will be, you know, in the mod for a little bit, but I'm sure, you know, the modder will be working to fix issues like this. He also said as well, this is his first project at like properly modding something, so that's really impressive to see what he is doing and what he is capable of. Then we have some of our Nilfgaard Crossbowmen. Again, just these are lightly armored dudes, nothing too special, little bit of armor on and just, you know, wielding that crossbow. Would be cool to see some, maybe like some ammo on them somewhere, you know, like you know, somewhere to store their bolts for ammunition. We then have up here, I think I actually have a better view of my units down here. We then also have some of the Nilfgaard heavy pikemen. Again, these guys look really nice. I love the huge shields with the pikes coming through, and these pikes are mega long as well. Not quite Sarissa length, but actually maybe they are Sarissa length. They are really, really long and deadly. We also then have some of our lightly armoured spearmen right here. Again, you just kind of got that leather, a little bit of chainmail, a quiff on, and, you know, armed with that spear. So, you know, a little bit of deadly. And also, I like the helmets as well. Really, really cool stuff. We then also have some bowmen over here, which again look good. Again, you can see some tearing in the units, but again, as I said, like stuff like this will, you know, will be fixed over time. So just, you know, bear that in mind. It's more about just getting these units into the game. And then we also obviously have our cavalry as well, which are all the way over on this hand side of the battlefield. I'll charge these guys out, and again, they look really, really good. I like the look of their armor. You know, with the symbol, with the cavalry shields and stuff like that. And again, I love the sun on a lot of these shields as well. It's a great look for them. So we'll charge out this cavalry, and also have the shock cavalry variant as well. And these horses definitely do look like war horses. Yeah, they look very, very scary, especially with these huge lancers. They're going to be a deadly unit on the battlefield. And I think finally we have this unit of warhounds as well, so they'll be sent out into the battle. And I think that's everything besides this unit of lightly armoured infantry. That's everything that we've got to bear on our Nilfgaard army. And we can click play whilst we take a look at Tameria. So for Tameria I think only have 3 or 4 units at the moment, or maybe 4 or 5. But again, they look great. So you've got some of these Temerian artillery crewmen as they load the artillery piece. And again, I really, really like the armour. It kind of... It's a lot darker than a lot of other fantasy mods out there for Attila. You know, I feel like the armor is a lot grittier as the artillery just ranges in on my position. That's going to bombard the ever-living crap out of my poor men and just start hammering down the walls. But yeah, as I said, like I feel like the armor in The Witcher and, you know, games like just like The Witcher in general is a lot grittier, it's a lot darker. You know, generally in a lot of other fantasy universes, I feel like the armor itself is like quite pristine and, you know, like everyone's kind of got this elite armor on. Whereas in The Witcher, I feel like, you know, it's very dark, it's very gritty, and, you know, a lot of people aren't clean, they're just filthy, and the armor isn't maybe best well kept. It's just kind of, yeah, I really like the way it's kind of portrayed in The Witcher. So these are going to be some of the foot infantry, kind of the basic soldiers. These aren't the awful ones here. These are just the normal foot soldiers, but they'll be the ones pushing up these siege towers momentarily. We also do have the other men right here, so some of the basic Temerian Pikemen. I imagine these guys, yeah, this is just for poor fucking infantry. I imagine these guys will be, like, replaced. It doesn't really look like they're kind of, I think this is just like a placeholder unit right now that they have. They have a lot of them, which is going to be kind of funny when they do decide to push up. We then have the heavier knights. These guys are badass. Look at them, man. I love this, like, bulky ass armor on them with the face shields as well, the neck shields. That's really, really cool. I believe it is a custom model for the general as well. We can find him. Yeah, there he is. And again, that model does look very good. There is Voltus right there. It doesn't look like he has any eyes. So maybe he's been assassinated, and yeah, the AI, he's been brought back to life. But again, he has his rings on. The model looks absolutely great. Yeah, and it's definitely a very good start for this mod. It really, really is. So I think the AI is just going to use up all its ammunition and bombard the ever-living crap out of me until they do run out of that ammunition, and they're going to charge forward through the breach. So I guess what we will do is I'll just continue to set up my defenses. Their artillery is now out of ammunition, so we should see their advancement now as the bombardment does occur. But yeah, definitely, you know, I love the look of these units, and I can't wait to, you know, have more of these, as the mod gets more and more developed, have these brutal siege battles, because, you know, one of the more iconic things from the Witcher games is definitely when you first start off in Witcher 2, is it, with the siege? Yeah, I think it's the Witcher 2, and that siege battle where you're pushing forward, you're breaching the city, and you're up in the siege tower, like, stuff like that is just so goddamn cool. So I can't wait to relive that and push forward, because a lot of people, you know, the Witcher Total War, that's not the unit I want to go on. Come on, let me in this. Can I not get on the siege tower because it's not a battle replay? Hold on, let's see. No, it's not going to let me, unfortunately. But yeah, like, the Witcher Total War is definitely a Total War. A lot of people have said that they would love to have as a game, which is always very interesting. And with the a hype of the Witcher series, you know, a lot of that has gone down very well with people. You know, it's going to get a lot more people into the game. Maybe it's something Total War will look at in the future, you know, to take a look at. Obviously, it's quite difficult to do that, but, you know, people said that about Warhammer. It'd be quite difficult to do a Warhammer game, so who knows? Who knows what the future holds for Total War? But right now, our archers are currently hitting away. I mean, it's kind of wasted shots because these are armored siege towers. And I think as well, this mod has used assets from 12.12, so he said he wanted to give them a shout out, but maybe not. Maybe I'm completely making that up. But it would also be very cool, you know, when 12.12 does do their architecture for medieval castles. It'd be great to, you know, do these battles on them, you know, them fortress cities and stuff like that. That'd be really, really cool to have stuff like that happen. We probably also need to set up a nice defense here, so let's put some spearmen back at the breach, and we'll form up a nice formation with these guys. So we'll stick them at the breach, probably try and get them a little bit further into the breach as well, because they're going to come, as soon as the siege towers land, they're going to come flying through that breach. So let's set up a nice formation here. We will go ahead, spear wall, spear wall, or stationary testudo. Probably a nice little spear wall, and we'll just sit at the top of that. So again, they'll form up like so. So if anyone does make their way over this breach, they'll be met by my spearmen. And I guess I should probably advance forward a couple more units of infantry as well, just to kind of cover that breach if they do break through it. Because yeah, they have a lot of infantry. A lot of infantry. So I think I want my archers to shoot these weak pikemen, because the pikemen are going to be pretty difficult to kill. But then again, we probably need to fall back. We're actually burning these siege towers quite nicely. But yeah, let's fall back with our bowmen now. They've done their job for now. So let's fall them back, and then we'll get the spearmen on the walls, because yeah, these infantry are going to come colliding over and getting stuck in very, very quickly. Oh yeah, we also have all this cavalry as well. We can dispatch outside the city as well. Maybe run down some of their weaker men. Our heavier infantry and the war dogs are coming. So it'd be cool to unleash the war dogs on the enemy through the breach as well. We'll give a bowman back. Infantry getting pushed up. More archers coming in. Yeah, we'll get more sword infantry here. Oh, we also need to force at the gate as well. We can probably send some of their heavy pikes at the gate for when they come forward. You archers are just continuing to hammer them. Oh my god, look at them as well. The Temerian Pikemen. Oh, this is one of the units we didn't look at. The Temerian Pikemen. They look really cool. Love the look of them. Got some Temerian infantry here. Do we have any more Temerian Pikemen? No, just a spear. These are the halberds back here. We didn't even look at the halberds as well. Completely forgot about this faction. The weapons are goddamn massive as well on there. Really, really cool stuff. So here we go. The ladders and the towers have made their way up, so we'll be fighting pretty viciously to defend this. Again, archers just continue to shoot that. We have some pikemen back here and some more swordsmen, so I guess we will send some more swordsmen up. And I guess let's just send the dogs out. Unleash the dogs, boys. Unleash the goddamn dogs. Yeah, so let's just release the animals. The dogs are going to go flying out. Go and cause them some hassle, boys. We could even sally out here and just try and give them hell, because I think a large portion of their formation is just holding back right now. The dogs as they just charge out. We could advance forward a little vanguard to help our cavalry. Oh god, they're actually charging me, madmen. Let's just collide into this and we'll outflank it. So the Lancer cavalry got an okay charge off, and then we'll get the other heavy knights just to go around. This poor unit of Temerian foot infantry. Going to get absolutely cut down as we come flying in from both sides, completely enveloping them, and that's going to be them breaking. Oh, and here they come, running through the breach, boys. Hold your line, men of Nilfgaard. There we go. The lines are clashing. They are colliding through everything they've got. Oh my god, look at this. They are piling through these gaps. And now this is a siege battle, completely actually overrunning my defenses here. Wow, okay, we've got absolutely smashed that. Let's continue to fall back. We have some pikemen that can be pushed up into this gap, so we'll start bringing them pikemen up. And I guess the crossbows as well can like form up here. We'll bring up these pikemen to try and cover our flank here so we don't get outflanked at the gate. The archers can continue just to hammer there. As we said, we do have plenty of infantry. Let's get these archers up to here as well. We'll get the infantry stuck in. They actually came around behind me a little bit, but that's fine. We'll form up the cavalry once again, and we'll prepare for another charge on these spearmen. We'll try and take these guys out bit by bit. The gatehouse has now fallen, but these pikemen have formed up now, so they should be able to protect my flank as these pikemen, you know, kind of buckle under the pressure, but they're doing okay right now, especially with their flank covered. They should be okay. We've got more pikemen being pushed up, and I want you pikemen to kind of guard this gap, so advance up, boys, get into position, get them pikes down, and we can kind of keep the enemy at bay. And I think that'll be very, very successful. So just bring these guys forward, get these pikes down. Seems like they are going to be coming into this flank, charging in against the pikes, which is actually kind of good for us, because now what we can do is we can advance like this, and we can trap them in this this gap. Absolutely perfect. Okay, some more lightly armored infantry pushing. Oh, these are actually pikes. Ooh, but our men actually managed to break the pikes very nicely. Okay, perfect. Let's get the cavalry around. We will envelop these pikes. Do basically what we did to the other segregated infantry. So background we go. The heavy war horses going in. Beautiful. Absolutely hammered their formation. And let's now head around here on this side of things. Another spare unit of infantry. I guess we'll need more men at the gate, so I'll actually advance that. And we can bring up our general as well. I don't think we have any named generals in our roster at the moment, but we can advance up a little bit further forward. And like, yeah, I think this mod just has a lot of potential, you know. With like Gwent, there are so many units you could create in Total War, like without even like, and that's the good thing, right? Because Gwent is such a popular card game, a lot of people know like the basics of, you know, what units and factions there are and stuff, which makes things very exciting, because I feel like they could create a lot of really cool units using the Gwent kind of like, you know, pictures and stuff to kind of build them. And people would like recognize them and know kind of what they're all about by just that, without maybe reading the books and kind of having a greater understanding. You know, and obviously they're going to continue to make, you know, multiple Witcher series as well. So I think that's going to, you know, just only boost like support and you know, excitement for this mod as our cavalry comes flying into the rear of Tameria. You know, a lot of people who maybe haven't even played The Witcher would know a lot more. And I'm definitely guilty of not, you know, really diving in. I've played The Witcher 2 and I've played parts of The Witcher 3. But I definitely am guilty of not fully committing to that. For me personally, I couldn't just get past the combat. I didn't really get to grips with the combat. Like I don't like the constant like rolling mechanics and dodging. I completely understand, you know, about like why it is the way it is. But that's personally just not something that I'm really into. But I'll definitely have to give it a go. For sure. And maybe I can see past it. I definitely would love to complete The Witcher 2 rather than go straight on to The Witcher 3. But let me know in the comments, you know, for me personally, should I play just The Witcher 3 and just play that, or should I go back and finish The Witcher 2? Because I put about 6-7 hours into The Witcher 2, which obviously still leaves lots to do. But yeah, is that something I should do? Give me some advice as someone who, you know, definitely thinks the series is great, but just maybe hasn't committed as much time as I could. And look at that, another charge going into the poor Temerian infantry that I just stuck on the breach. It's definitely a game as well. I could just stream on Twitch as well, you know, in my playthrough. But yeah, I think I'm definitely one of those who likes to see everything in the mod. I'm definitely one of those people who love to, like kind of play games. Like I've played The Witcher 1 and I got halfway through The Witcher 1. And then before I moved on to Witcher 2. But yeah, it's definitely, I don't know, I'll see what you guys have to say in the comments, and you guys will definitely help me out. Oh, the king is dead! Long live the king! That's good for us. He was stuck. He was no, that's my general. Where was their general? Probably over in this breach right here. Yeah, I mean, we are slaughtering them right now. It seems like the combat is very fast at the moment, but as I said again, that's something that we, you know, will be balancing. I think it has not really been touched whatsoever in this mod at the moment. It's just all about getting the units in, and I think the modder is doing a great job. This is a great starting point as our men run through the burning oil to kill the Temerian infantry. I think this is a great point to kick off, especially as I think Tameria is a faction that I think he still wants to work on before the 17th, as they look the least developed out of the three, and which is very cool. You know, it's very, very cool indeed. I definitely, you know, want to have more combat with these guys as well. So maybe I can get Apollo and we'll do like a Nilfgaard versus Redina combat. You know, these factions do look a lot more developed. So if you guys want to see that, let me know in the comments down below. Let me know what you guys thought of the mod. Is this, you know, is this something that you guys are going to be looking out for? As I said, on the 17th, This will be released as like a teaser build, maybe with a handful more units, so you guys can mess around in custom battles, maybe with a few friends, get some cool replays. It's definitely very, very fun. So make sure to go and support the modder and the development of this mod. I'll leave a link down below in the description to the mod DB. If he has a Discord as well, I'll make sure to link it. I don't know if he does or not, but I'll ask him before I release this video. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.